Okay, right, so now we're officially beginning. Yeah, like I said, hi everyone, thank you for coming. Um, yeah, so this is a little um, demo of the platform just for launch the NFTs tomorrow. Um, I've been up to 5 in the morning, just working flat out to get these NFTs done, launch done. And the tech is always in last minute difficulties and challenges that we can overcome. Um, so. Yeah, I just a very brief introduction. Because of the Haley and Louina, I'm kind of on autistic spectrum. My name is David, so I apologize in advance if my communication technique is slightly more difficult than others. I've got better over the years. That's quite common people on tech. Um, yeah, you're good at the tech, but struggle more to challenge the communications part. But I've been building the Oasis since 2018. 2018 started designing it. In 2019, I started building it, and that came out of the Our World project, which is what how it all began in 2011. When I saw Minecraft, basically everyone's heard of that game, and always loved Lego. When I was a child, I struggled with autism and dyspraxia and dyslexia, so I just built loads of Lego. My mum and dad bought me loads of Lego. I was programming on the spectrum, and then Amiga. I've got a PC. Took my first PC at 14, I think. I was programming at 8 and playing with Lego. That's how I got into like engineering and programming. My dad was programming the spectrum as well. Um, and then I saw Minecraft and I thought, wow, this is what I always want. I can't imagine making a game like a Lego game. And then someone when they made it, I thought, wow, this is great. And I thought, well, I think I could do something be better than this because this guy who didn't have much programming experience. He's kind of the background he wrote in Java and he's kind of did it as a hobby. So it's really crashed a lot. It's really slow. And I thought, what about making this bigger? And I thought I'd call it My World. So I started designing and building My World in 2011, 2012. Then I had a spiritual awakening in Avalon, which is Glastonbury in 12, 12, 12. And I thought, it's not my world, it's our world. And so together, we can create a better world. And then it kind of expanded from this like Minecraft, MMORPG, World of Warcraft kind of game, which is going to help the planet. And then I had like hi. And then I had a like a the phone version was like a like Pokemon Go, um, but for like benevolent reasons, get people back into nature, connecting with trees, hugging trees, doing um, treasure hunts in parks and things. So they go into a park and look at a tree for the phone, like AR mode, and it comes alive. And it's hello, children. I've lost my acorn, children. Can you go and find them? And go around finding the seeds and acorns, and we'll try and identify different plants and animals and birds and insects and things, and then like take photos of it, and then they go back to the tree and goes, "Oh, well done, you found them," and then it gives you a key or completes the quest. Um, and it's all about like getting people back out to nature and healthy and walking and more time spent in nature, the more calmer you get, the more you level up your avatar and unlock special abilities like flight, teleportation, telekinesis. It's like a superhero training platform, basically. Um, and then yeah, it basically gets people doing meditation, yoga, mindfulness, and exercising through the back door, like making basically gamifying doing good and picking up litter. So you pick up litter and then go on like different litter organization events, like in local beach, clean up the beach, or your park, clean up your local parks. Um, yeah, that's all been in my mind since 2013. This has been going on, I think. Um, and then yeah, and I started building that, and then I realized the technology didn't exist to make it yet. And then the blockchain came out in 2018, and I thought, wow, yeah, I like how decentralizing things, giving power back to the people because it's all centralized right now, which isn't good. And like Facebook and Google own your data and your product, and they sell your data to the highest bidder, your advertising and things. And so I wanted to build it on a blockchain platform. Then Holochain come out, which is better than blockchain. It's like a peer-to-peer decentralized technology. So I started building a client for that. I'm not going to throw on the technical details, but yeah, I stick to more in the vision kind of thing. So I'm diving into tech and I lose people. This you saw my website is quite a lot there. That's why I created this that learn one, the why, basically the why. Because I talk about the how, and I've got to focus more on the why. So this is the why. It was about helping getting children out to nature and getting them off the phones and getting talking face to face again, and like encouraging like teamwork and creativity, imagination, in-person communication rather than just being glued to their phone in their bedroom on Facebook, which has been proven that leads to depression and even suicide. It's been caused by social media because it's all fake basically. People always like trying to like think they're not good enough, basic things, and cause those self-esteem issues. So I want to use technology for good. That's what our world come from. It's using technology to help people live their best life, live, become the best version they can of themselves, and basically, if you're spiritual, you can call it ascension technology. It helps awaken them and heals them, um, and creates a better world. But yeah, it's basically something for everyone. It's not just kids, but that especially the people who just yeah, the kids who are playing World of Warcraft, and well, especially Call of Duty, all these violent games, they're getting more and more realistic now, and it's not good. Like all these 4-year-old, 5-year-olds, and we wonder why we've got so much problem with gun violence, and everyone's desensitized to violence now. And I wanted to make technology that helps teach them the right life lessons and teach them like how about respecting nature, like they stop chopping down the trees and respect nature more and looking after the health and walking instead of driving or get um try to save the planet basically and clean up the planet. So that's yeah. Basically all technology feeds that, but it's just taking a lot longer than I thought to build it. And now like the Oasis is this massive ecosystem that you saw on you've seen the Oasis Omniverse.1 website. And it's basically I built been building Web 4 Web 5 for the last 5 6 years. And very briefly, Web 3 and Web 2 and 3, Web 2 is what we've got now, which is like the cloud-based stuff like Facebook, Google. It's called what I call legacy. And then Web3 is like blockchain crypto, which no one understands. It's too cryptic. That's why it's called crypto, because it's cryptic. And to be honest, it's a fucking nightmare as well. I hate crypto. I'm honest. That's why I built Web 4, which basically makes everything what crypto should have been. And it merges Web 2 and 3, the best of 2 and 3 together. And it unifies the world by unifying the technology rather than having all these silos and fragmented ecosystems and nothing talks the same language, like the Tower of Babylon. It's basically unifying into a universal language called Web 4. It's a torus, it integrates it all together into one unified system. That's also my vision of Web 4, to solve the mess that is technology now. Web 4 solves the mess. That's basically in a nutshell. And then Web 5 is the experiences, the omniverse, the spiritual metaverse, basically the benevolent metaverse, open metaverse for everyone to come and join and help build the future and build your apps and experiences on top of the Web 4 layer. That's good way of going to explain that without getting too technical. And Web 5 is also like the marketplace, like the app asset store. Starnet is like the equivalent of the Google or Apple store for the Oasis, basically. That's Starnet. And you can create apps with no program language. You just can use AI now, or it's got which is Web 6 layer. So that's basically it, Web 6 layer. Well, that's as quick as I ever explained it. Normally it takes me hours just to get past page one. I'm getting better. Woohoo! So glad you guys are here because I kind of tailoring it more to non-technical. Technical people on the call, I might have gone a bit further down the rabbit hole, but there's no point. That's all on the website if you want to find out. But yeah, this should get people to see my face and I am a human and not just an android like most techie people. Um, yeah, and I'm all about heart based. That's why I really, really push that a lot on the learn thing. So love comes first, the technology comes second. It's all about the why, and the why is to help all the people, all the animals, all of nature. That's it, to heal the entire planet and create a better world. That's why I've done all this. That's what all technology serves. The technology is like the slave and the love is the master. And that's why I created something's ecosystem. You saw the Just Lead Academy is about training, giving people jobs and second chance for homeless, unemployed, disadvantaged people, special needs, even ex-convicts to give them a second chance to rehabilitate themselves with mindfulness, meditation, healthy life choices, coaching, nutrition, and then teach them programming skills and then give them jobs at the end of that. That was the whole Justice League Academy and your second chance part. And then Noah's Ark is about helping all the animals, all the doggies and cats that all live on the streets, given especially a Noah's Ark animal rescue network, um, to rescue all the animals and dogs. And then you get karma rewarded. Part of the Races API is karma system. So same as picking up litter and going out in nature, you get karma. But if you adopt a pet, you or rescued a pet, you get karma for that. And yeah, it's basically to help people So basically, the race is something for everyone. That's what I try to show. So not every bit will appeal to everyone. There's people suffer with tech. It's a lot of tech, as you see. You can get really deep into that. Um, and but there's stuff for the animals. There's stuff for like training. And then there's Global Healing Network, which is about healing the planet, and that's about sending distance healing and love, coordinated like coordinated prayers and healing. But it can heal people, even people who are medically terminal with cancer and tumors. It's been proven if you send love and healing, you don't have to be a healer. That love and healing, or the power within us, going to actually shrink and remove tumors completely. And Greg Braden has proven that. I've got videos, and it's proven scientific evidence of that now. If you look into it, that was the basis of the Global Healing Network. And you can send it to animals, to nature, to war zones. You can stop. We can stop the war in Ukraine and in Gaza. Everything. We can completely heal the planet. We just learn to coordinate our energy and efforts and work as one whole. And that's what people don't want. Some people, certain people who won't go want to keep the world divided, but we're about unifying our love together. That's what Global Healing Network is. Um, and the final one is yoga for autism, which is about helping people like me, uh, autistic and um, special needs, and struggling for kids and adults, and basically giving them the help I never got. Took me years. I took them to 30. How old was I? Like 28. I found yoga. I think it was in my gym. I tried a gym class, and I was the only guy in the class. But I didn't mind. I'm used to being like not fitting in anyway. But it really helped me on my lunch break at work. And every time I went to yoga, I felt better. And I thought, wow, this really helps. I spent a lifetime on medication and all the stuff they tried to like medicate me and tried all different things, and nothing really helped. Exercise helped a bit, but yoga was way more effective because it helped ground me, put my body, and help balance up my nervous system. There's many benefits to yoga. Look it up, especially people with autism. Really, really helps with autism. So I can vouch for that personally. So I created Yoga for Autism in 2013. But it was hard to get funding, and I was paying for it myself for contracting money. I was working for Nokia and Microsoft and the big banks and corporations in London, and all my money was going to the homeless and helping the charities and put into these uh, my yoga for autism, and I was doing like public speaking at shows and going teaching yoga in schools and care, special needs places. And it was really going well, but the problem is it wasn't making much money. It wasn't making a profit. It's just it made a little bit of money, but I was spending more, putting way more in than I was getting out. So it was like a net. The balance sheet was negative every year, and I couldn't sustain that for like it's like 3 years. I did this, I think, and then I pivoted to our world and Oasis, 2016, I think it was, yeah. So, and then 2017, I gave up my job, the contracting job, to go full time, and then I lived like a poor man, living on faith and charity since then, like just for like crowdfunding and sold some NFTs at the beginning, and just for friends and family like who aren't don't have much money either. I come from like a poor family in London, really. So it's been yeah, very challenging, very testing of but that's part of the story to inspire, empower billions to never give up on their dreams and to really believe in the believing that if they don't quit, they will succeed. And like Steve Jobs says, the difference between success and failure is people who don't quit. And to inspire people to follow their dreams and never give up on their dreams. Because if if you keep going and you really believe in something like as much as I do, how passionate I am, then you're never going to quit. Like no matter how hard I've been homeless, living on a couch, sleeping on people's floors, even sharing beds with people. It's not been very comfortable, and gone through so much sacrifice, like literally having to beg for money all the time. It's horrible. Like people who know me will know it's been ridiculous. And even like tomorrow, like I said, like I now need money to do the minting, like to mint NFTs to $2 per NFT. But by doing the testing, I used up all my crypto because I had like usually £10 left in my bank account. So I had to like use the last of my money to test crypto. So this is the faith that got this me through, like £2 left in my bank account. And then I had to choose between food and testing the minting. So I tested the minting. So now, yeah, it's like literally I got people interested, but I just need a little bit of crypto to actually be able to mint NFTs. This is kind of what it's been like, just constantly like testing my faith and hope people respect my transparency and honesty. There's not enough transparency, and people like this polished corporate like face to all the crypto projects and everything else. But to me, I'm real. Like what I just said, people say, "Oh, you shouldn't say that, David. You shouldn't say that." But I think people respect my transparency. Like I think me, like a lot of people are broken trust in the crypto because it was scammed with NFTs and things in the past. And I hope by me do being public and transparent and like the websites they made, everything I do is completely open. And you see, I'm not a scammer. I'm here building this for 10 years. I've got the technology proven. You see the videos. I'm all about love and heart. And and I just ask for a little bit more love to help get this over the line because you help me a little bit more now. We can help billions. We can help people, animals, and the environment. We can help everyone. So yeah, that's my kind of message from my heart to heart to the world. Basically, is help me get this over the line, and we can really turn this world around. Like, if, have you seen? That's why I created this massive ecosystem. I know it's a lot of information there, but I really appreciate if you take the time to go through it, how much love I poured into this. And I'm not doing it for my personal gain. I'm doing this to help the world. Like literally, I live like barely scraping through every month. I literally am now 3 weeks late in my rent as well. And I've got a disclaimer. It's nuts. And I didn't have to do this. I was making £10,000 a month in London contracting. I was making £550 a day, pounds that is, like working for Nokia, Microsoft, HSBC, KPMG. I had a good life, but I wasn't happy seeing the world and all the homeless people living on the streets every day when I'm walking home from work. I didn't like seeing all the people in the underground begging for money all the time. And I was like, this is bullshit. Like all the rich, all the people I'm working for, like all the in Canary Wharf, all this money, and then you go outside 5 minutes to the tube, and there's people like can't even eat. I'm like, this is not right, and I quit my job. I was like, no, fuck this, I'm fixing this. That was my thing, and then I was like, and then yeah, and then I became like the beggar, not quite living on the streets, but borderline. But I'm like, I refuse to go back to that world. I don't want to go back to live working for these faceless corporate people who don't care about anyone else. All they care about is minus profit. And I'm all heart based. I'd rather be poor and doing the thing I'm doing now. I'm all happy now, even with no money, because I'm doing what I love and I'm following my heart, I'm following my dreams, and I'm doing something to help people. It gets me up in the morning rather than getting up every day working for someone else just to create the big shiny scrapey skyscrapers and ivory towers, like and where everyone else is burning, well, the rest of the world burns to the ground. I'm like, no, I've got to do something about this. So yeah, that's why I'm doing this. I'm hoping this video will help people understand that this isn't another dodgy get rich quick scam NFT thing. If people say, oh, I got scammed, it's like I said on that website, it's like saying, oh, I burnt my toast once, so I'm never going to have bread again, or I had a bad Uber driver, so I'm never going to travel ever again. It's like not all the same. You got to look at each thing on an individual basis. So I hope all this stuff I presented now, and you look at the demos, the tech demos on the our demos, the videos. There's tons of stuff on those websites. So it's backed by 10 years of serious technology, and it works and it's live. The founders minting that you're going to see now on the portal, the sovereign.net, our world, two games, Doom and Quake was the two games that started the whole first person shooter game. Were all demo, got the videos there, all running on the Oasis Omniverse. So it's proven. It's not like all the other projects in crypto who like or sold on a promise and vaporware. And look at that's what makes me angry, really does. People, all these shit coins called meme coins, they made like millions and millions, and some scam, and some were just a stupid monkey or something. No offense to the crypto people, but I'm sorry, but you've been putting all this money into complete shit. I'm sorry. Well, you got animals and people dying on the streets, and you could have been funding the project that actually would have helped people, help animals and stuff. But I'm hoping this video now will make you like wait, wake the F up basically and start putting the money where it's needed to help people in the world and help the animals and help nature. Otherwise, you're not going to have a planet left, and your children and grandchildren are going to be pretty peeved that you didn't do something now. You could have been a hero and you could have turned the tide and started investing money in things that matter. Projects like this that are actually going to change the world rather than these ridiculous, stupid scams and things that just like you just have a stupid monkey or some crypto shitcoin that does nothing. What side of history do you want to be on? You want to be on the side of history that actually made a difference, that you stepped up and you become a hero, or do you want to just go down the sinking ship and just let someone else fix it while you like putting all your money into the wrong things? I don't know. I let you sleep on that. Let you reflect on that. Maybe see if you've got a heart or not. I'm sorry I'd be so direct, but it's the only way sometimes to wake people up because they just really just don't. They just I don't know what they're so asleep and they've got their heads somewhere they shouldn't be. Again, I'm on the spectrum, so I apologize, but I'm very direct. I don't beat around the bushes. That's one thing autism. We don't lie, and I just say what's in my mind and I say what's in my heart. And this needs to be said now. We've been patient long enough, and now it's time for people to make a choice. Are you going to save the planet or are you going to let it burn to the ground? So yeah, you choose what projects you want to fund, but and where you want to put your money. But if it was me, I know where I'll be investing. I'll put it somewhere where it's actually going to make a difference. So yeah, that's my little disclaimer done. Well, I wasn't planning to say any of that. Wasn't completely unscripted. I thought it'd be a technical chat about Web 3 and 4, but it was more of a heart-based, like, come on, let's save the planet talk. I think it's because my audience here are like, yeah, probably appreciate that more than this boring tech. Because I'll be honest with you, I find the tech boring too. I'm good at it, and I channel this stuff, technology. It's a galactic technology from the future. Web 4 and 5, I find it easy, but it's just serving the purpose of what I really want to do is what I just said about helping the animal and people and the environment and making a difference. Um, so yeah, I said I'd do a little demo. So I'll just quickly show you the portal. Um, and yeah, I'm glad because a lot of people like the glaze over when I talk about tech. But I'll just quickly share my screen. I wasn't even planning to show this yet because both just my little disclaimer, I wasn't really ready to show things yet. But I feel like, you know, I don't know if people are spiritual, but the Universe angels said like it's time to show things, and uh, yeah, what it might help with the NFTs as well. So can you see my screen? I can share my screen now. Oop. It says I'm sharing. So basically, uh, oh yeah, so this is where you see the dev founders. There's a dev version of the founders site. It's what I've been testing on, and I was going to show it minting, but I problem is I'm middle of testing, so I probably won't be able to show this part working, but it is on this demo right now. But it is working, and we'll be working on it tomorrow because basically I've got a live and just if you take you understand it's a live and dev environment, and because I ran out of crypto, I had to do a hybrid like test and live because it's very complex. People will know if you're in dev, you have the web hosting, which is in Vercel, you have the APIs, which are on Railway, and they both have dev and live environments. Then you have the GitHub, which is the code of dev and live environments. Then you have the database in Mongo, which is dev and live environments. Stripe, dev and live environments, which is the card payments. Um, and then Solana, which is like dev and live environments. It's fucking complex to test this. And because of crypto, I had now had a mixed environment. So now I've got myself, yeah, I hadn't there's no time to sort this out before, but I can still show you the portal. But this is all working anyway, and it will be working tomorrow. As you see here, yeah, I'm trying to basically use a test card, a Stripe still pointing at a live environment. Um, so I'll just show you. Yes, this is the portal. And yeah, you can all look at this. I think it's been live for a while now. So this is all working. The Avatar API, which is the SSO, which is single sign-on. So it's like like Facebook and Google have, and login with Google, login with Apple. This is like login with it's basic. It's basically your one identity that goes across all Web 2 and 3. So instead of all these silos, you've got to remember all these billions of logins and passwords. This is for the whole Omniverse. So and I'm gonna have a migration tool for Facebook and Google, so you can log in with Facebook and Google as well. I'm gonna add the buttons like here, and then that'll then convert your Google, uh, Apple, Facebook authentication identity into the Oasis. Um, Probably do that next couple of days actually. That's quite important. Thinking about it. Yeah, and then that this account will then go into his websites, into your apps, into games, services, the phones, everything. Um, so yeah, this is basically the portal, and I won't go too much into this, but like I said, you get karma. Um, right now, this is new users, so I haven't got any karma yet. Um, and this gives you an idea, like I was saying, when you do good things. And this is kind of just giving you karma for using the system, basically, the top ones. But if you see that further down, there's like be a superhero, be a hero, Superman, help the homeless, help local communities, help kids, elderly, keep the peace, helping animals and environment. And also, you lose karma if you like actually harm children or animals in nature. That's really bad. Like the whole thing's about accountability and transparency. Dropping litter, spam abuse. So yeah, it's basically because the one thing I don't like is that people like being anonymous and things. I don't believe in anonymous because that's what creates bad actors and you get the dark web. Then one avatar is going to biometrics, it's going to be linked to your aura and your actual soul bound, I call it. Um, and then yeah, and it's full transparency. Like just your name and your karma basically is public. The rest is all private. You can choose what information you share. but just your username and your karma score. Um, so it's kind of like and you get XP as well. XP is for games things, which isn't linked to that. Like some of these things will probably be more like XP, but the ones about doing good or not doing good, well, it's definitely linked to your karma score. Um, and then the record is called your Ashkite records. Is the record of your karma, where you got the karma, or lost the karma, and why, and how, what app it was in, website it was in. And you see that this is one prepared earlier. This is the Web4 NFT that it minted I don't know, yesterday or a couple of days ago. This is one of the early founders. It's minted in Solana. And I don't know if you're in blockchain, but this is like basically the transaction, and then you click on that, and it will take you to the Solana transaction. You can see the transactions and things. I was on DevNet as well. Uh, token, I don't know, I can't remember what it is now. It's somewhere in here. You see the actual NFT. Oh, wait, go back to the portal. I think that's token address. I think that's it. Oh yeah. So that's the Web3 NFT. Yeah. That's Web3 NFT, and it's verified. Just to get that working was so much work as well. Because so much security around NFTs these days. Basically, I had to go through a lot of this is my Solana got burned. Like got it all working on dev, and then I had to get working live, and had to create a collection. And I won't go into the details. It was a lot of work to get that verification stamp. And then this is another stable, the third party ones. That's what I got to do next. But then you got to sign up to third parties. This is verified by Solana, which I think is very enough. But this is you've got the independent verification. It's a lot because of all the scams and stuff. You've got all the security, which is a good thing, but it's just a lot more hoops have got to bounce, jump through, and regulations and things. And the off chain, yeah, it's Mongo, and the on chain is Solana. Uh, yeah, that's it. Can be the JSON, it's a standard like NFT stuff. Then you can like mint your NFTs. You can choose like different stuff. What on-chain, off-chain providers, on-chain. Moment it's for all these providers, but really I've been testing mostly on Solana. But Ethereum, Arbitrum, Polygon is well, these are all implemented but not fully tested yet. Right now we're just doing Solana because just doing Solana has been a lot of work. People who are in blockchain don't know how much work it is, and then SPL is the thing for Solana. You also use the EVM chains, use Ethereum, and they can choose this, your metadata is on external, so you've got a Panato or IPFS, or you do Oasis and it'll equate the metadata for you. Same IPFS or Panato. They, they use the internal Oasis providers, um, and then you can send it to a wallet address or another user, another avatar. These are things that are called core Oasis. You don't always have to remember people's wallet address. You can just use the avatar name for everything, or the email, or even though the ID. And then advanced settings is just like yeah, I won't mess with these unless you know what you're doing. It's just all the robustness in the Oasis API. We can choose how long it waits to, how many times it tries to mint, how many times it tries to verify, and how many times it tries to send. But when you mint, it's 3 steps. You see, mints, verifies, and sends it to the person, and then you can configure, yeah, tweak that. But unless you know what you're doing, I wouldn't mess with that. And then you can send NFTs to people, place GNTs in the world. This is basically for our world because GNTs are quite a whole standard for GNTs basically. And yeah, I haven't got any GNTs yet. This is what's going to be part of our world. And OLAND is virtual land in the game in our world. You can buy it. We can release that very soon. Yes, you can buy it now, the OLANDs. It's on the old if you go on the website, you see there's a link to that. Um, I see that link again after this. It's basically if you go on the x.com and you find our world and the X account right at the top is pinned. This on Panax. It's called Panax or something. The Gardeners of Infinite Reality. You can buy virtual land there. Uh, and then yeah, that's NFT. So I'm just going through this quite quickly because I haven't got much time. And then everything's a holon in the races. A holon is like can be a single object or part of a larger whole. So when you mint a Web3 and when you mint an NFT through Oasis, it creates a Web3 NFT on the actual uh Phantom wallet, uh, which is really slow, by the way. Phantom really needs to sort out. The log takes ages to load. So basically, things outside my control, Web3 stuff, is slow and flaky, and I just had to work with this technology. And Web4, I think, works nice and just like what's the word? Like clockwork. Is the word saying? But there's a Web3 NFT. This is like the metadata for the Web3 NFT, and then the Web4 NFT is a wrapper around it. And basically, the cool thing about Web4 NFTs is that you can have multiple Web3 NFTs inside it. So you can have one Web4 NFT, like the metadata, like the pictures, your description, whatever it is. And then you have different targets. You can have Solana, Ethereum, Base, all different chains. But right now, that isn't possible, right? You got to choose what everything in blockchain, you have to choose what chain you want to go on, what stack you want to use. But Oasis is a layer above. This defines Web4. It's an abstraction layer. It simplifies it all. So you can do everything in Web4, and then you can just target everything. So the Web4 can have multiple entities inside it, all different chains, and you just mint it once, and it'll just Oasis will handle it all for you and manage the metadata, the images, and then you have all the entities inside that. But this is the Web3 entity and the metadata. I won't go too much because it's not getting technical. But these are doing hashes, the IDs, the parent IDs. You see the parent is Dellen's. Yeah, you see that's the early founder thing, and then yeah, the image for it should come up. Yeah, that's all the metadata. So it's kind of boring tech for some people. And these are other holons I just created, so you can create your own holons as well. Name, description, and these are different holons in the system. So quests, games, adventure items. Haven't got time to go through all these types, but OApps, you can have template. You can use templates to create OApps from. You can basically like Lego. Everything's called smart bricks. All these Web5 things are called smart bricks, and you can plug together like Lego. So you can create like an asset store basically.